Hi, this is Christina, aka Aphrodite.com. So, last night I was listening to an interview with Marianne Williamson, and she does Aphrodite training and stuff like that now, which is really, really cool. And she said something which I have heard before as well. And it's about, I would say, this is the biggest block to love and happy relationships and romance and all those beautiful things that our hearts desire and yearn for. And she puts it so beautifully, so powerfully, and so succinctly that I am going to quote her directly here. And then I'll share some thoughts at the end. She was talking about creating a relaxing space for each other, which is quite nice. And then she said this: the tragedy, of course, is how many people aren't willing to stay through the ring of fire that is inevitable. He's going to show his weaknesses. She's going to show her weaknesses. That's the purpose. A holy relationship is a hospital for the soul. And his craziness will come up and her craziness will come up. And the ego mind says, well, obviously he's not the right one or she's not the right one. And that's what I meant before about the sacred agreement. Are you really ready? Are you really ready to walk through this fire with me? Because you're going to see facets of my personality that you're not going to like. And love brings up everything unlike itself. Are you going to walk through that fire with me? Are you going to communicate with me and have mercy towards me and forgiveness towards me? And give me a chance to do it better? That's a sacred commitment. And it's serious work. And that's the tragedy. That is the tragedy. How so many people walk away just when it can be so beautiful on the other side of that ring of fire. So those beautiful words are from Marianne Williamson. And that ring of fire is your doubts, your fears, your worries, your self-esteem, the part of you that feels, oh, I'm not lovable. Why would this person want me? There must be something wrong with them. And then goes and looks for the flaws in the other person. This person wants me. What's wrong with them? It's those worries. It's the actual society that we live in that creates and perpetuates and encourages seeking, always looking for love and never finding. Swipe right, swipe left. Oh my God, stop swiping and take a moment. Take a moment. When you walk through that ring of fire, it's not you that gets burnt up. It is all those fears and doubts and worries that get burnt up and leaves your essential self, which is so pure and innocent. And you may say to yourself now, well, do you know what? I have been willing to walk through that ring of fire. I have done it. And the other person didn't meet me there. No, I've done it. Not worth it. Doesn't change a thing. And what I have to say about that is, yes, you may have, and the other person isn't willing, and that happens sometimes. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And I'm also going to ask you to be very, very honest with yourself. Let's go deeper into this. Were you willing because a part of you knew that that other person wouldn't? Were you saying you were willing to because there's no risk? Because if the other person doesn't, there's not really a risk. If you don't do it together, it's just not going to happen. Have you gone for the ones you know you cannot have? Because that way you do not really risk your heart. You do not risk seeing their humanity and you seeing and them seeing your humanity. This, what she said, that is the key. And that is beautiful. And maybe as you go through this, it's that moment when you think, this is how it comes up usually. It's that moment where you think, oh, this is great, it's wonderful, it's really, really good, I really like this, I'm enjoying it. And then there's that feeling that comes up, and it's like all these things come crashing in, and it's like, it feels like a crash. And that's the moment the courage is needed. That is the fire. That is all that stuff coming up. And that is where most people falter. And you do it for them and they do it for you. And on the other side, yeah, you may find that this is as far as it goes. but I've discovered this human being. I've done this now. I know how to do this. Or you may find happily ever after, the love of your life, joy day after day after day, and you choose it, and you are it, and you've done it, and all those demons are behind you. Now, how many people can actually say that they've done this? And I would say it's not very many. Not very many. I think a lot of people think they have, but not very many. And most of us want somebody that has the courage to do that. That's what oh God, somebody has the courage to actually see me completely and say, you know what? I can still see how brilliant you are. I can see that. Yes, I can see your human flaws, and I can see how brilliant you are. And also, we have to do it for the other. It can't be just one. You hold hands and do this together. So think about this and think about whether you really have done this, and are you really, really ready to do this? And if you're not, then don't start. But if you are, my God, what you can find there, how your life will change. It's worth it. It's freaking scary, but it's worth it. So that's the message for today. Thank you for being here. And Aphrodite.com if you want to learn more. And thank you very much. Bye.